What's going on, fellas? I know it's been a while, but I had some stuff to take care of and I bought a lot of new equipment. Here we have some gameplay from the original SpongeBob SquarePants movie game in HD. I hope you guys really like the gameplay because I recorded it in 60 frames per second. So yeah, if you have Google Chrome, be sure to check that out. Anyway, on to the topic at hand. I have a very important follow-up to my last video. Now keep in mind, my last video was nothing but speculation. I wasn't confirming that Heavy Iron are making a new SpongeBob game. I was just giving you guys an update because you guys know, no one else on YouTube likes to update on the release of SpongeBob games due to the stereotype that all licensed games are bad. But yeah, Heavy Iron basically came out and said they're not working on a new SpongeBob game.
What?
The second trailer for the SpongeBob movie Sponge Out of Water is here, and it is glorious. We may not be involved in the SpongeBob SquarePants license at this time, but one of the reasons we had so much fun working on SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob SquarePants Movie game, and SpongeBob's Truth or Square is that we truly are huge fans of all things SquarePants. Of course, that includes the newest trailer for SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water. Check it out below. You'll be laughing your barnacles off.
What the fuck?
For those of you that didn't understand what I just read there, Heavy Iron are basically saying that they are big fans of SpongeBob, but they don't currently have the necessary permission to make a new SpongeBob game. As you all already know, Activision have to give Heavy Iron permission to develop a new game because Activision own the license to publish SpongeBob games. To back this up, someone messaged me on YouTube recently saying that they emailed Heavy Iron Studios and they pretty much said the exact same thing as this post, with an emphasis on that they would love to make another SpongeBob game. Do any of you know what this means? They want to make another SpongeBob game, but they can't. They're not involved at all with the license. Naturally, if Heavy Iron really wanted to make another SpongeBob game like they told me a year ago, sharing my first video with the original SpongeBob team to discuss, they most likely went up to Activision, asked them if they could make a video game adaptation, and those greedy self-centered cocksuckers said,
What's the word I'm looking for? No!
Not only that, but there's a rumor going around that a new SpongeBob game is being developed for the Nintendo 3DS and PlayStation Vita called Superhero Pants. The game apparently has a chance of being based off the new SpongeBob movie.
Why?
A handheld exclusive? No worries, it's just a rumor. But it might actually be real because Activision have recently been releasing a few Nickelodeon games exclusive to the Nintendo 3DS. Because they just feel like more kids will buy the games off of that system. I still think that's dumb because they could just make it multi-platform like they always do. But we all know that Activision doesn't care about the core SpongeBob fanbase. They just want to make money off of the little kids that like SpongeBob. There are a few websites based off this rumor game that don't seem to be credible sources, but I'll link them in the description. You got sites like the SpongeBob Wiki, Go Nintendo, and the Vita Lounge. I am 75% sure that if this game is real, it will be terrible. So yeah, if you want to believe it, that's fine. We'll find out if it's true later. But the good news is, Heavy Iron did try to get permission to make this game. Look at this Facebook comment, it makes a pretty good point. Hey guys, at least they obviously tried to make a movie game. Besides, the movie comes out in 3 months. If they released the game right then, it probably wouldn't be as good. Just be happy they've been listening to us fans and not just ignoring us like other gaming companies.
You's right.
Look who also liked the comment. Heavy Iron themselves. A while back they also liked the comment suggesting an idea for the Sponge Out of Water video game. All of this, including what they've said to me, proves that they certainly want to make a new SpongeBob game, but Activision just simply won't let them. So basically, with THQ gone and Activision trying to screw over SpongeBob like they did to Crash Bandicoot, I'm not entirely sure if we'll get what we asked for. So if we want a new SpongeBob game, we can't go screaming at Heavy Iron, they didn't do anything. We all have to blame Activision for all of this. Even though we can't get the game, I'll still be in support of SpongeBob games and I'll still make videos. But I need you guys to help out as well. Email Activision, scream at Activision support, do whatever you have to do. We may not be getting the video game adaptation to the new movie by Heavy Iron, but we can still get a new SpongeBob game out of thin air, and we need Heavy Iron to make it. Don't get mad at Heavy Iron, because it's all Activision's fault. One of the worst video game publishers known to man. Activision only has the SpongeBob license because they want to make money off of naive little kids that will buy anything with SpongeBob on it. You know, like us when we were little. Granted, most of them play games like Call of Duty instead nowadays, but Activision is looking at this in one perspective. THQ would have allowed Heavy Iron to make a new SpongeBob game. We all know that. We have to show Activision how many people want Heavy Iron to make a new SpongeBob game. How much money they can make off of us compared to little kids who mainly just play COD. We can do all sorts of things. Trending on Twitter, petitions, emails, Facebook pages, whatever comes to mind. Remember, it all has to be directed towards Activision, because Heavy Iron isn't in charge here. The SpongeBob games have a pretty massive hidden fan base. Plankton's Robotic Revenge has a gameplay walkthrough with over 1 million views, when the game only sold 400,000 copies because everyone saw that it sucked ass. If Heavy Iron made an awesome new game on next gen, it would push hardware sales over the top. That's no lie. All of SpongeBob's Heavy Iron games sold very well and received plenty of rewards. And we all know that Truth or Square is pretty recent compared to the rest. Heavy Iron is really the only developer left that's capable. Everyone else will make a shitty half-assed kids game with uninspired gameplay. I mean, come on. Boating Bash and Atlantis SquarePants ripped off Creature from the Krusty Krab soundtrack. Yes, I know Truth or Square's soundtrack recycled from the movie game and Battle for Bikini Bottom, but that's because the game was an anniversary title, and you can tell just by the story of the game alone. Heavy Iron only borrowed mechanics and music from their other games when it was necessary. Their games remain wonderful and fun. That's the most important factor in video games. Fun. If you can't make a game fun, you shouldn't be making video games at all. Video games are just getting too realistic and less fun. That's why cartoony and creative games exist. If it weren't for games like Little Big Planet, Jak and Daxter, and so on, we would have nothing but shooters, racing games, and sports games. Heavy Iron's games are fun, and we can't just let their talent go to waste. We have to stand up to Activision as SpongeBob fans, show them that people care, show them that they're closed-minded assholes. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. All likes and feedback will be appreciated. Be sure to pitch in to support Heavy Iron's return to the SpongeBob franchise, and I'll see you all soon.